out this militia.
No more. I want to go home. Man, I thought caterpillars were hairy.
They're not fake, they're synthetic. What's real is their sparkle. That and the money that you'll still have in your wallet by not shelling out for the real thing. They were developed by NASA for the astronauts' wives.
And nobody can tell. I'll bet a jeweler can tell.
What are you saying? You're a jeweler all of a sudden?
No, Ken, I'm not saying I'm a jeweler.
I gotta get out of here. What? Maybe this time. 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 That is diabolical. Oh, there's the sun. Maybe that's a way out.
I'll be right back. We're out of coffee. Anyone need anything?
Only your speedy return, my love.
I'm good.
No thanks. I'm fine.
I don't remember the sun having a big 75 on it.
And if it falls out of the setting, they'll replace it for free for up to 17 months.
17?
Wait, stop! B! Stand back. These are winter boots. These boots were made for stomping. All right, everyone spread out and search the perimeter. You, patrol the living room. You, dining room. You, jeweler.
What? Ken, I told you, I'm not a...
Whatever. You patrol the kitchen. Squash anything that has stripes. And remember, one sting from him could be deadly.
Oh! You think you're safer there, kid? Luckily, most people are uneasy when confronted with our kind. In fact, most of the time, they'll just try to get rid of you. See that? It means you can get a human's attention. Press the L2 button to get in position. And remember what I said!
Hi everyone, welcome back to B-Movie Games. Speeding this up because I'm ignoring my superior officer to take a picture and get all of the honeycombs because they're yummy and I want them. And this is another section that's pretty, small, so it's easy to get all the flowers and get all of the honey snacks. But yeah, so here we're going to learn a mechanic that is going to come up several times in the game going forward, which is pissing people off. Where you, move around in their irritation sphere, or hexagon? Octagon? Maybe, I think. I don't know how to count. And then, once they get annoyed, you'll get a QuickTime event, and ka-chow. This part definitely reminds me of the Ratatouille game. I was talking about that yesterday, in the last video, and this part is definitely a part that reminds me of the Ratatouille game because there are several parts, or at least one part in that game, where you are having to use creative means to bamboozle and make move humans that want to murk you. So, I mean, I guess it's not that creative means to... I'm burping, holy fuck. I guess it's not that creative to buzz around in a circle and then press the buttons that they tell you to, but whatever. You get what I mean. It's the same kind of vibe. And once again, the music in this level also reminds me of something that you would hear in the Ratatouille game. I wonder if they had the same composer or something. Also, I think it's interesting that this is one of the few games where the voice actors actually say the buttons on the controller for each console, because I've played this on the Wii, the PS2, and PC. And I know on PC they say the keys, I'm pretty sure. And in this one, they're saying, you know, the X button, the square button, the triangle button, etc. Or the L2 button. Pretty sure they said it in the Wii version. It's been a long time since I played it on there. I think that's what I originally played it on. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think I originally rented this on the Wii, and then I rented it on PS2 after that, because I did not really like the Wii version. I don't remember them saying, like, the Wiimote or whatever, but maybe they did, I don't know. People can correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, they're saying the PS2 ones. Usually they just say the action button, Battle for Bikini Bottom says press this button, or you just, you know, don't have the voice actors say the actual buttons. You just have that be a thing that comes up on the screen, which I think would be more than sufficient for a lot of this stuff. Like, I really don't like that you just have to stand there in front of that lady's face for 5 minutes while your SO Skypes you about how to move the control stick in a circle. But that's what I get for playing games for babies, you know? I want games that are pleasant and not very difficult to play for me. And then when they are just that, I'm like, oh, silly game.
Aha!
I love the wielding of the Timberlands. But yeah, speaking of games for children and stuff, so I've talked before about wanting to go on a quest of, you know, trying to expand my video game repertoire and get better at games in general. Also, I'm just noticing, I think I missed a honey snack floating above that bowl of fruit there, so that's a bummer. Sorry, I was yawning. Don't mind me, I'm just flying around looking for shit other than what I need to be doing right now. Because I'm pretty sure once I get this third guy, that's it. Anyway, so, yeah, part of that is I have been trying to think of, 2D games, older games, that, I mean, I have a bunch of them, ROMs of a bunch of them on my computer, and there are a bunch that I've at least started or played a little bit of, but I've really not completed that many games. I was talking in one of the My Sims Kingdom videos about how I have an account on the website backlogged. I think I said backlogged. Backlogged is what it's called, without an E. I have an account on there. It's basically Letterboxd for video games because I love making lists and logging things, you know, logging my consumption of media. I also got one that does TV shows called TV Time, but it kind of sucks. It, like, doesn't... It either has you listed as watching something actively, if you have only seen, like, a couple seasons of it. I don't know, just, I wish you could categorize them and sort them better, and I wish that it looked better. And also, it's just, like, kind of buggy and silly. But apparently, according to people who have used it for several years, it has been improved recently, so maybe it will get better. And hopefully they make an app for Backlogged, because I don't like having to do it in my browser all the time. Anyway, but ever since I got that, I want to, like, expand my log, because I notice that I, haven't completed that many games in general. I mean, like, I consider myself someone who's played a lot of games, but I've never realized how many of them I've played, technically, but I've played for, like, max 2 or 3 hours and then either gotten frustrated or bored with.
Barry, I know I and so many other intelligent, highly attractive bees like me want to know, What's the scoop on the humans?
Well, as far as species go, they're decent enough.
So you like humans?
The one's not trying to turn you into bottom of boot soup.
What about this woman, Vanessa? You seem to have formed a special bond with her. Is that your phone?
Nope, I'm on vibrate.
What the? Will you get me a new earpiece? We're live, people! Amateur hour's over! Antennae will roll! Where were we? Oh, right, Vanessa. Tell us about her, Barry.
We're friends. Good friends.
Attention, new game in the arcade.
Barry, there you are. What took you so long? You know the honey snacks you come across outside the hive? Well, there's a bunch hidden in both Hunnex and New Hive City. Can you find them all?
It's a very normal thing to tell your friend. Anyway, now we have a bunch of shit that we can do. You can change your outfit, you can go to J-Gate, and, well, this is J-Gate, you can do the thing. There's a museum now, there's an arcade, there's a bunch of new jobs. This is a replay station where you can go back and play all your favorite outside the hive moments in case you missed things. I like these little preview things. I always thought those are pretty cool. And yeah, well, we have Chapter 3 next. We're going to be starting that in the next one. We won't quite finish it. We'll get pretty close. In this one, in this video, I mean. Did I say the next one? Well, whatever, I didn't mean that. Anyway, now it's time to do some more job trials. And this I have no problem talking over because this voice is annoying, and the car mechanic job in particular is, like, not very interesting at all. Anyway, so I have... What was I talking about? Backlogged, yes. It's not always that I'm bad at the game. Sometimes I, just don't feel like going through the process of, like, learning and getting into the groove of a game, you know what I mean? And I need to, like, get past that. That's the main thing. And also, like, I think it's just impatience, really, of learning a new thing, getting frustrated easily, because, I mean, the barrier with games is you have to, like, you have to complete things. And, like, I was, streaming the game that won the poll of what I would stream on Twitch next, which was Yakuza 0, which I was enjoying, but I got up to, like, a boss part that was giving me some trouble. I haven't really gotten a hang of the combat mechanics yet, and that's really all it is. It's just, you may have to do some parts a few times because you're just starting the game and haven't, like, really gotten attuned to the controls and the gameplay and everything, and I just, like, never feel like doing that, and I always, not err on the side, but I always go for the stuff that's already familiar to me, or is, like, easy to just kind of, like, dick around in, or I don't really have to worry about being very good at it. And I used to, and sometimes when I'm in certain funks can still be this way with movies, where I, like, just want to kind of either indulge in things I've already seen that I know I like, or watch kind of flimsy, bullshit that isn't really all that interesting. Lately, the last couple of years, though, I've successfully, like, gotten out of that. I was in a little bit of a rut with it, and I have gotten out of it. Now I'm on a pretty regular basis, like, branching out, watching stuff that is, even if it's not any, like, crazy artsy stuff. I mean, I'm still watching plenty of, like, popular entertainment and, like, stupid stuff, but, stuff that I wasn't exposed to before, or, like, didn't think I would like in the past. And, like, I don't know, I need to do the similar thing with video games. So anyway, I've been trying to think of 2D games that are good. I started playing one of the Castlevania games, and I like it, but again, like, I suck. That's the other thing with, especially like on NES and stuff, with those kinds of games, they, didn't have a whole lot of space on the game cartridge for a lot of stuff, so they would just make them hard so that you would spend a lot of time with them. Anyway, so all of this is to say, if you have any suggestions for good older 2D games that you think I could, get the hang of and could, put me on a good track of, of building up my experience and such. Because, I mean, a big part of video games is, like being able to watch films critically and, or whatever. A big part of games is just, playing many different types and being able to recognize the language essentially of them, and being able to kind of recognize the ways in which a game communicates what you need to do, even if it's not actively telling you. Which, I mean, that's the thing with having grown up with mostly licensed games and fairly simple platformers and stuff, is I am used to, for the most part, having things kind of spelled out. And I don't even really mean controls, because obviously I'd want to be told that. But, just in general, moment-to-moment gameplay and stuff. And also, they're just not that hard, because they're made for kids. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to be a more legit gamer, because the thing is, I like video games. They've always been a part of my life, and now, I'm really kind of, as far as online stuff, kind of shifting my focus to the video game stuff. This little part is funny.
Sweetheart.
I don't need you to translate. I'm speaking the Queen Bee's English, aren't I?
We only want what's best for you.
No, we don't. We want you to get a job, get married, and move out.
I love it here, Barry. It's really nice to just sit outside and hang out,
Bees aren't much for hanging out. We're a little more goal-oriented.
Well, maybe hanging out should be your goal.
Well, you probably don't have much time for that, being a florist.
It hardly seems like work. I feel bad sometimes taking people's money for doing something I love. To spend my days surrounded by beauty. Well, this guy needs a touch-up.
One touch-up coming up.
So here we have Chapter 3, which is a dream sequence. I don't think that's really spoiling anything by saying that. In the movie, this is a literally 15-second scene. But here we have some, I think these are mosquitoes that I'm shooting right now. I usually just like to clear the area of enemies before I do anything else. And then I go around and I pick up all the yummy items and do all the flowers to appease my giant GF. It is, the whole bee being with the woman thing is quite strange. I think it's the only reason that this game was E10. Because this game doesn't have quite as many, off-color jokes as the movie does. The movie has a lot of jokes that I certainly didn't get when I was a kid. And not even because they're, suggestive, although there are some of those. But, those jokes I got. It's easy to get those jokes, usually. But I mean more of a lot of the, pop culture references, and, there's a lot of, Jew jokes, which I guess makes sense, because it was a Jerry Seinfeld thing, but, yeah. Pretty funny. Anyway, yeah, I've been rambling about this for far too long. But yeah, if you have recommendations of games that I should try, just based on what you know about what I like, then let me know about that. I think I was in the middle of saying that, like, my main channel has been in a period of, like, stasis for a couple of years now. And not really much that I'm putting out is sticking, even though I generally enjoy doing them, but I find myself not really being able to put the effort into that stuff very much. Meanwhile, this channel, for the last, like, better part of the year, has been, you know, while still small, growing pretty steadily, and, you know, I like to play these games, and I like to talk about them and shoot the shit with everyone for a half hour every couple days. I hope other people enjoy it. I mean, it seems that, like, at least a few dozen of you do. A few dozen to a few hundred of you. But, yeah. And also Twitch, like, I've been trying to focus more. I want to start streaming more often. But, yeah, I don't want to be a poser in the gamer community, because beyond, like, my skill at games or anything, I really don't play that many new games ever, and, like, right when they come out, I don't think I've bought a game at launch and played it in a long time, with the exception of Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, which is a, like, almost one-to-one remake of a game that I've played a million times, so I don't really think it counts very much. I think before that, honestly, it might be, like, Grand Theft Auto 5, which is 8 years old now, and they're still making it. I have no idea when they're gonna do GTA 6. I'm probably going to be like 38 years old. And I'm guessing, I don't know if they've confirmed it, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that it's going to be Vice City in the modern day, which would be pretty cool. I kind of wish that they would do a new place. I've said before that I do think, obviously I'm biased, but I do think Philly would be a good city to emulate. And I think an even cooler one that would actually provide more, like, landmarks that people recognize would be DC, to do a version of DC in GTA. That would be pretty interesting. Or anything else. I mean, it would be cool to see, like, a Midwestern kind of city, like Milwaukee, or, like, Minneapolis, or Chicago, for that matter, or something. It would be even better if they just do, like, a random place, like Asheville, North Carolina, or something, or like, Boise. That would be pretty cool. But, yeah, or, like, Alberta. It's not a city, and it's not in the US. It doesn't have to be, though. But yeah, it doesn't matter, because this is never gonna exist, so whatever.
Oh, Barry, it's lovely out here now. This calls for something extra special.
Attention! Attention! All available units! The hive is under attack! Wasp forces are attacking! We need backup!
It was a really long dream. He's been asleep for a long time. So, yeah, now we have the first time of something that's gonna happen a few times, where you're gonna get random calls to go to J-Gate, and you can't do anything else until you do it when you're in the hive. And, it's just, yeah, like an enemy onslaught, and it's pretty easy. Not until, like, way at the end of the game do these sorts of battle sequences get very difficult. If anything, it's just, you know, like, I can barely really, like, see the actual enemies most of the time. But yeah, I just kind of fly around and wait for the green squares and then mash the, is it the L2 button or the R2 button? I don't remember now. I think it's R2. Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Take cover! It's raining!
No, it's not.